The big breaking news now coming in is that a 30-year sentence has been pronounced for the convicted in the Anna sexual assault case in Tamil Nadu. This was a sensational case at the time, and the man, Gyanes Karan, is said to be linked to the DMK. He's now been sentenced to 30 years in jail, and this was a fast-track case. Let's go across to Uma Sudhir now for more. And Uma, this was a sensational case at the time, and within 6 months, the conviction as well as the sentencing has been completed.
This was a case that everyone's eyes was on because it had created quite a stir, not just because it was a political controversy, but because of the kind of concern that it raised about women's safety in an Anna University or in the city itself. And subsequently, the Mahila court has now sentenced Gnanasekaran to 30 years in prison and 90,000 rupees as fine. And what I must point out is that while the person convicted in this particular case, Gnanasekaran, had asked for lowest possible sentence after he was declared as guilty by the court, quoting the fact that he has an elderly parent to look after and also a young daughter. The prosecution had argued that he must get the maximum sentence possible, and now the court has declared that he will be spending 30 years in jail and 90,000 is the punishment that's been given to Gnanasekaran, and that is something that people feel justice is being done, because on all the 11 charges on which he was accused, all of them he was found guilty, and that's the reason why the judge has now given a 30-year sentence to Gnanasekaran.
That's right. Uma, if you can tell us more about this case. This was involving a student, Anna University, of course, very prestigious University of Chennai, and this was, this man was trespassing, and it was a student, and this all became an issue also about the safety of women in the state.
See, there has been a larger concern about women's safety with multiple issues being flagged. You had the Pollachi sexual assault case, after which, in a sense, should I say, there were several people who were on the defensive, and the government was being questioned on the question of women's safety. And that is the context in which, in fact, all the attention that came to this particular Anna University sexual assault case, in which what I understand is that this happened when the woman was with her friend as well, a male friend, and subsequently this person had, in fact, the person who's now been convicted, Gnanasekaran, had even videographed the entire assault on this girl, sexual assault on this girl. And what very often happens in today's world and today's world of cyber crimes is that it is not one rape case that happens, it is multiple times that the girl faces the same sexual trauma and the same sexual assault, because it is videographed and then subsequently possibly shared within certain circles, and it is also used for subsequent blackmail as well. And therefore the horror of what had happened is something that had drawn the attention of multiple political parties and activists, after which the 3-member IPS officers committee had been brought in to investigate. A special investigation team was constituted to investigate in this particular case. You would recall that when the FIR was lodged, there was an entire outcry, because the name of the victim had been exposed, identity of the victim had been exposed in that FIR, after which the decision was taken by the government, saying that it was a special investigation team that would investigate this. And within less than 6 months, the case was brought to a conclusion, and justice in that sense meted out with the verdict of this case, which had the judge, in fact, the court had found the person guilty, and today was the sentence. And the sentence now saying that 30 years in prison is what Gnanasekaran will be facing in this particular case. Back to you.
That's right, Uma, and you've talked about, how this was a sensational case at the time. It became an issue about women's safety and Anna University being so prestigious. Also, the opposition using it to attack the DMK, given that this man is linked to the DMK. However, the DMK and the Tamil Nadu government claiming, also boasting about how quickly the conviction has taken place. Also, the fact that the accused was arrested within 24 hours, convicted within 6 months.
Yes, indeed. The government certainly initially was on the defensive because of the kind of attacks that happened, saying that in the DMK's regime, are women not safe? The issues of safety of a student in the Anna University is something that resonates across the state, and that's the reason why the government also decided to take very decisive action. And you mentioned very quickly, the suspect was arrested, and they were also able to gather all the evidence, ensure that the entire case is fast-tracked, and with getting this conviction, in fact found guilty on all 11 charges and subsequently being sentenced to 30 years in jail. Now the DMK can say that for us women's safety is top priority, and that is why we decided to fast track and create a special team of officers to the highest level of officers, which is the IPS officers, women officers, were put on the job of inquiring and gathering evidence and ensuring that it doesn't become yet another case where a conviction is not achieved. So they were able to gather the evidence very quickly and get a conviction from the court, and the court awarding the maximum possible sentence and giving 30 years in prison to the person found guilty in this case.
All right, Uma, thanks so much for joining us on that big breaking news coming in from Tamil Nadu. A 30-year sentence for Gyanesh Karan, who has been convicted in the Anna University assault case involving a 19-year-old student. Let's go across to Sam Daniel now, who's also been tracking this case right from the start. And Sam, as we've been discussing with Uma, sensational case, a very prestigious college, and an issue that, it became a larger issue of women's safety in the state. Now a conviction within 6 months' time. For our viewers, if you can just take us through, all the highlights of this case, and now a 30-year conviction.
The orders clearly say Gyanesh Karan has to face punishment for all the 11 charges he has been convicted, Gargi. It ranges from 1 year, 3 months imprisonment in different sections, but altogether, the court has clarified that he has to serve life imprisonment with no remission for 30 years. That's the larger punishment, a quantum of punishment the court has given. He was convicted for rape, sexual assault, criminal intimidation, and a few other provisions under the IT Act. And last week he was found guilty, and today the court has given clear sentence, and certainly a shot in the arm for prosecution that expedited this case and ensured that the verdict would come in 5 months' time. And already the ruling DMK had welcomed the verdict before the sentencing became clear, saying that it has ensured justice would be served in the shortest possible time and would send a strong message in terms of women's safety in Tamil Nadu. And we are still waiting for the formal response after this sentencing. But this at that time had raised several questions in terms of women's safety, in terms of campus safety, in terms of declining law and order. And the Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had then denied those allegations, saying that swift action was taken. The alleged perpetrator at that point in time was immediately arrested. But the court had taken strong exception to the leaking of the first information report that had made the identity of the survivor public. It was then a special investigation team was ordered to be constituted, after which the Tamil Nadu government formed an SIT with women IPS officers as members of that. And now the case has come to a logical conclusion. And many students, when I spoke to them in the morning, they said a stringent punishment in this case would provide that kind of a confidence among survivors and those who are silently suffering such harassment, that they can complain and that there would be justice in all their cases. And this is also a kind of a wake-up call for campus security, because that biryani vendor, Gyanesh Karan, was able to gain access onto the campus, and he assaulted the male friend of the survivor and then sexually assaulted her, videographing the sexual assault as well, hoping to use that to blackmail later. So in that sense, several measures were also put in enhancing campus securities across Tamil Nadu, and this now has come to its logical conclusion. Last week, when the order was passed, making him declaring him guilty, the convict had appealed for minimum punishment, citing his elderly brother and his school-going daughter, and that really has not really changed the nature of the punishment the court has given. It could take still a long-drawn legal battle, but certainly the police say they have ensured that it was a watertight case and it could be proved in the court of law. It will go through judicial scrutiny, and no matter to which level of court this goes, they're quite confident that this sentencing and the conviction by the lower court will strongly stand.
All right, Sam, thanks so much for joining us with those details.